has rarely been so much attention to the European Parliament elections. I'm Sasha Vakulina, and in this episode, the Real Economy team are taking a closer look at the voters' concerns. What do they reflect, and how they will be reflected in the vote and in the EU politics in the coming years?
51% of EU citizens say they're interested in the elections. But what are their campaign priorities? Well, immigration now tops the agenda, followed by the economy and youth unemployment. Economy and growth gather the biggest increase in support in 11 member states: Portugal, Poland, Slovakia, Sweden, Ireland, Austria, Belgium, Germany, Lithuania, Hungary and Italy. But the situation is different on national levels. When asked what their biggest concerns were, a quarter of EU citizens said that it's unemployment. Health and social security is now in second place, and immigration comes in third. In sixth place, the economic situation is cited by 15% of respondents, falling to its lowest level since spring 2007.
The difference between the EU member states remains spectacular. 91 percentage points separate the Netherlands and Luxembourg, where 93% of the population say the situation in the national economy is good, from Greece, where only 2% do so. And that is why I have come here to Athens to better understand people's concerns.
At its worst moment in 2011, the Greek economy contracted by over 9%.
After years of crisis, austerity and bailouts, Greece is finally out of the program since August 2018. Still, this doesn't seem to be making ordinary Greeks happy, with just 2% saying the economy is doing okay.
Everything is going from bad to worse, so it'll be the same difference.
The middle class has been in a very difficult position. It has been eliminated. I do not think that the EU elections will have any impact on our daily lives.
I'm not satisfied 100%, but obviously important steps have been taken so far.
Because of the way things are going on in my daily life, I remain an optimist. I'm waiting for something better.
Having heard from the people, I went to discuss their concerns with Panos Tsakloglu from the Athens Economics University.
This is not truly surprising that people are thinking about the economy in these terms. Do take into account that fiscal consolidation was implemented to a very considerable extent through increases in taxes. As a result, disposable income declined by more than 40%. These are truly staggering numbers. Now, also take into account that despite the fact that the economy has started growing again, unemployment is still in excess of 18%, and still the living standard is substantially lower than it used to be before the crisis.
In January, the Greek unemployment rate was at 18.5%. That's almost 3 times higher than the EU level. But the economic recovery is underway. This year, the GDP is set to grow at about 2.2%. What will change after the EU elections?
In some sense, it is the first time during all these programs and the almost 10-year recession that we do not have an opposition that is threatening to undo the stabilization of the economy. In fact, there is hope that when this political change happens, there is going to be an acceleration in the growth rates of the economy because of the more pro-market reforms that they will implement.
As I have been here in Athens trying to better understand the voters' concerns, Guillaume Desjardins went to the country on the opposite side of the pole from Greece, the Netherlands.
Dutch people are, along with Luxembourgers, the most satisfied in Europe with the current state of their country's economy. And indeed, they have quite a few reasons to be.
Services are still well maintained, our infrastructure is well kept, generally most people are cared for.
I have a good pension and 3-4 times a year on holiday with my girlfriend, and yeah, I'm very happy, yes.
I have my own job and I make good money for like what I do. So yeah, I'm really happy.
It's generating a lot of jobs here, not just for the Dutch locals, but also for a lot of expats, international people here.
Here, unemployment is low, their trade balance is positive, and the available household income is rising due to a recent lowering of income tax, but also efficient collective bargaining and favorable global conjuncture. But is that enough to provide the country with sustainable growth? Let's find out. Peter's company is one of close to 1.1 million Dutch SMEs that contribute to about 1/3 of the country's total turnover and jobs. 6 years ago, he started making custom-made bikes with a friend. Now his company has 5 employees and even interns. But with new tariffs on bike frames from China, he has to adapt to new challenges.
We're working together with a factory that makes nothing else than titanium frames. So the knowledge is there, the skills are there. They work with really skilled people. It's hard to find them in Europe. Especially technical people are scarce. And because they're getting scarce, they're getting more expensive.
Economists in the Netherlands also worry about the high level of Dutch self-employed workers with little social protection and foresee a rise in both inflation and unemployment levels in the coming year. But despite that, Dutch people are still more satisfied about their economy than Germans, Swedes, Poles, and just about any other member states. So I asked Philip Boekelo, an economist from ABN AMRO, why he thought that was.
The standard of living is fairly high and is also good privately. If you compare the number of hours that we work to the Greeks, we work much less hours, and as a result we have much more spare time. So that benefits the well-being of people, of course.
But when asked if this satisfaction rate is bound to last, Philip Boekelo was a bit more reserved.
I already see a drop in sentiment, so this might continue if Brexit is not sorted out well, if the international conflicts rise even further. So will they be as happy as today? Hard to tell, but it's more likely that it will drop somewhat than rise.
All these different voters' concerns from different countries across the European Union will have to be addressed by the European Parliament and the new European Commission after the elections.
That was Real Economy on Euronews. Thanks for watching and see you soon.